Timelords and Terror by Hephaestus. Chapter 1.
More power to the phase engines,
bellowed her revolving commander.
We cannot allow Major Hydia and her daughters to breach the threshold.
His large round head swiveled on his thin, almost stick-like body. His crew worked frantically, thrusting their Eon's war cruiser into a situation not designed for. The ship groaned as his eating phase drive encapsulated the ship in a blue-white glow, pushing through the starless void of the deep dark into a glowing orange portal. His second-in-command turned to him.
The witches have created a portal for deep darkness to the void. They approach the multiversal threshold. We are following their wake, sire.
He smiled, revealing rows and rows of sharp, angular teeth.
Activate the xeneutronium focusing runes. Acquire the target. But sire, if we fire a xeneutronium burst powerful enough to destroy them within the portal, we'll collapse the entire deep dark. Both our species will be wiped out. The threshold is opening,
said the third in command. The commander brought his fist down and a gnarled root-like arm rested on the command throne.
So be it. Perhaps the Eternals were right to trap us here with our ancient enemies. If the Coven Matron and her daughter succeed in summoning the monstrosity, with the terms we create no less, then our races are certainly the threat the Eternals perceive us to be. All reality is at risk. For eons we have been war. For eons we have justified the actions of our incarcerators. But no more. Let it be known that it was a glorious and forever race that saved the multiverse from certain annihilation. That the Herculean race must stop the smooths.
His third in command described and decided a series of runes in front of him.
The xeneutronium filaments are activating maximum density. At your command, the accelerators will activate, sire.
The Herculean commander inhaled deeply, knowing in his ancient heart that this was the way it must be.
Accelerate the xeneutronium filaments to 99C. Acquire target. Fire!
A glowing yellow strand of xeneutronium energy arced from the heart-shaped ship, followed by two more. The first one connected to the fleeing starship on the upper port flank. Bursts of yellow energy, and a portion of the ship disintegrated into nothingness. The charge holding its atoms together neutralized. The second filament impacted on the starboard flank of the ship. Again, a burst of light and then nothingness. The third and final filament would have been the end of the enemy ship, had a tiny blue box not suddenly materialized in its path. Come on, I'm reading a Doctor Who story. If you thought I wasn't going to do the target sound effects at least once! The xeneutronium filament impacted the blue box directly in the Sarah mass. Yellow energy flew out in all directions, arcing across the surface of the blue box that somehow survived the impact. The weakened arcs of the xeneutronium energy ricocheted around the portal like wild snakes. One shard hitting the crippled ship, one evaporating the port section of the Herculean war cruiser, and another blasting the little blue box. This time, setting the impact surface ablaze. The threshold broke, and all three ships were hurled through it, and back into reality. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Tara Strong. F. Andre Lieberman. Tara Saint Germain. Which doctor should I use, folks? Should I use Eccleston? Tennant? Smith? Capaldi? Or should I surprise all of you and bring out Jodie? I'll let you guys figure it out. Plenty of time while I get to the doctor's appearance. Doctor Who's Episode 1, Timelords and Terror. The late afternoon sun shone freely from the brilliant blue sky above the small equine village of Ponyville, warming all below with its light. So serene was the sky that it was impossible to imagine a mere hour ago, and filled with ominous black clouds and blurs of pig-sized skyworkers as they frantically tried to break up an unexpected and unusually violent electrical storm. Roared and thundered as blue-green arcs of lightning streamed in flashes across the heavens in a brilliant lattice of electrical discharge. There was something unusual and almost unnerving about the way the pulse behaved. The often converged on a single point, and exploded in a fiery blue ball that expanded wildly before collapsing in on itself with a terrific yet muted clap more often than heard. That's when the storm seemed to be winning, defiantly, unaffected by the Pegasus team's attempt to disperse it. It suddenly ceased to rumble, clap, or roar, and quietly dismisses the offenses. Baffled, the Skyworkers worked accurately, attempted to hasten the dispersal and go about their business. When the sky calmed, the residents of Ponyville went back to their business, perplexed by the ineffectiveness of what they learned to revive their sky-keeping, constantly growing more and more disturbed by the alien, almost greasy texture of the ozone-sainted air. Deep beneath the Ponyville Public Library, a busy and increasingly frantic young mayor was poring over sheets of data. Various magical machines exhausting their myriad spell subroutines to determine just what had happened over Ponyville that afternoon. Piles of inscribed paper covered the lab floor, each piece overflowing with data that was alternatively inclusive, indecipherable, or outright contradictory to all well-known magical laws. The reactive amethyst displays of her candlelight-gray computers flickered and pulsed, showing diagrams, diagnostics, and recreations of the event that either didn't make sense or reached piggy-pie levels of unlogic. Machines whirred and clicked and buzzed as the Lavender Unicorn pressed her nose against the most recent findings. "Oh shoot, as the Lavender Unicorn syndrome, so can't get in!" While simultaneously jotting down the appropriate spatial magic algorithms on her chalkboard on the other side of the room. "This time," she said as she turned her newest computer as it expectorated upon her newly refined data. "Okay. Run through aerial dynamic subroutines, yes. Apply Ozone-Cantor's law of electron flow in relation to media density and composition. Calculate for unusually high HCl content, and ding! There was a ding as the computer completed its task. She smiled and telekinetically tapped the command button on her computer to activate the simulation. She put a little bit of extra force into the tap to emphasize the finality of her action. Because if this worked, she finally had the answer to the bizarre occurrence that had ruined her sunbathing session. The display whirred and began to show multi-spectral displays of the offending storm. It whirled and spun in several directions at once. She waited in anticipation for this, and several other bits of anomalous data to be explained. Lara's violet eyes widened as the simulation ran its course. Any second now. Her eyes shot over to several graphics and displays that occupied the right half of the screen. Sign signatures, the entire electromagnetic spectrum, mass readings, and even psychic energy levels were being monitored and quantified. Her heart thundered in her chest as she waited, biting her lower lip in the anticipation of the telltale ding! Bing! Bing! She said before turning back to the display. She saw a cold pulse of frustrated rage from her heel across her belly and up her spine. "Arrgh!" She bellowed, the echo reverberating off the walls. "What's going on here?" Psych, barely. EM, gone. Mass, 0. PKE, increase. The sound of her door being kicked open distracted her from inferiorly possible research. The familiar boisterous voice of Rainbow Dash sounded, a subdued but clear element of concern behind the bravado. "Twilight! What's with all the screaming? You okay?" At the sound of her friend's concern, Twilight felt the rage quietly dull to a dull, aching ache in her pride. "Yeah, I'm fine, Dash." "Fine? You call fine?" The actually named telekinetic Pegasus said, effortlessly hovering down to the paper-strewn lavatory floor. "What were you doing down here anyway?" Twilight sighed and looked around her lab. It was a mess. Paper literally covered the floor, and her machines and computers whirred and clicked as they tried in vain to create sensible data from their input. "Well, I was just trying to find out what was causing the high energy atmospheric disturbance, or at the very least what its mechanisms were." Rainbow Dash blinked and said, "Yeah, but what, huh?" The purple unicorn smiled, as he often spoke aloud and jargon in her head, without bothering to translate. Much to the chagrin of her friends. "The storm an hour ago. I wanted to figure out why it happened, or at least how it worked." Dash laughed and rolled her arm back in midair, decisively waving a hoof crossing her legs. "That was just a storm, Twilight. Sure, it was a little weird with all that bending lightning and sky turning us, but nothing my flight team and I couldn't handle." She rolled back upright, a smile on her face. "Too bad you went on inside to turn on all your equipment and stuff, because I really started kicking cloud. I was like, BAM! Whoosh! And it flew around in a whirlwind and broke it up from the inside. Like, whoosh! Meow! Boom! And then you got stuck in a lightning eddy, and Dizzy Doo had to pull you up by your tail." Twilight said with a grin on her face, always taking gentle pleasure in letting the air out of her rambunctious friend. Rainbow Dash halted her mid-air reenactments of her daring deeds, slumping and chuckling bashfully. "Oh, you saw that, huh?" Twilight giggled and spun around, gesturing at all her equipment. "What? Do you think that all this stuff was just decoration to give my basement a mad sorcerer's vibe? Kinda, Zero responded, blunt as ever. No! Although it kinda does, doesn't it? Anyway, once that's defeated, I can deduce the exact nature of nearly everything within a 10-kilometer radius. Sound, electromagnetic radiation, mass readings, special signatures, even psychokinetic errors can be all detected, computed, and translated to usable data by my equipment. The nature of the spells put some limitations on what data I receive, of course, but those are mostly related to privacy laws and such things. Rainbow Dash sighed and rolled her eyes. Getting Twilight rolling on anything that interested her was sure to result in technobabble. Okay, so you're super magic and data obsessed. Old news. We'll just have to deal with a storm, or the... Arrgh! I think it's better if you see this. Twilight motioned for Dash to come down and look at the computer screen. Look, when I run the simulation, everything goes okay. Wind speed, wind direction, ionization, electron transfer, it's all in the upper end of the normal spectrum of weather behavior. But then, she technically pressed the command key. There, look at the graphs! Rainbow looked at the graphs marked Sonic, EM, Mass, and PKE. Kind of bumpy, flat, and super spiky. So? Twilight just heard the graphs. So? Rainbow, every time the lightning congregated and formed a ball, the entire storm cell underwent total subtraction of absolute mass and immediately and absolutely no electromagnetic radiation. Rainbow Dash blinked and looked at the screen, back to Twilight. And that's weird. Try impossible, Twilight says he looked over her research. There is nothing in all of the questions suggests that mass attraction and EM deletion is even remotely possible, let alone known to occur in a natural phenomena. Whatever that thing was over Ponyville, it wasn't a storm. Then what was it? Dash said, trying to look uneasy. I don't know, but here, look at this, she said, gesturing towards the mark PKE. The psychokinetic energy readings are off the charts! Dash flirted excitedly. Ooh, I remember you talking about this thing before. We're supposed to get a huge burst of, say, something energy when we use our elements of harmony, right? Twilight nodded verbally. Yes, but the thing is, only living creatures give off PKE, or rather, the essence of living creatures generates it. Dash's eyes widened. That thing was alive? That, Twilight said, looking at the wild PKE rings. Or there was something inside it with PKE greater than half of Equestria combined. It's time for a party! The computer shrieked in a familiar voice. Rainbow Dash snapped on the screen and looked at a small avatar of Pinkie Pie, dancing up and down on the screen, singing, A horse is a horse, of course, except when the scary will out of a cloud, of course. Twilight sighed, explaining the anticipated question. That's the computer's way of saying this is nonsense. Nonsense is what sense sees when it looks in the mirror, Pinkie's avatar chirped. Why did I even get this app? Rainbow rolled her eyes and slapped Twilight's shoulder. Come on, you should get out of the basement. It's sunny again. There's a new restaurant open near Rarities. Twilight opened her mouth to protest, but a loud and curt bellow from her stomach silenced her. It had been a while since she last eaten. Yeah, what's this place called again? The Merchant Loop or something. I hear they make great salads. As the two ponies made their way up the steps leading to the library, Twilight asked, So, why was Derpy even helping you guys in the storm anyway? Rainbow Dash gave in a burst giggle. She wasn't. She just flew in there and pulled me out. You're not going to tell anyone, are you? Twilight laughed affectionately. Being saved by the residents scared me. Could stay her reputation as Ponyville's stronger president. Cross my heart and hope to fly. Stick a cupcake in my... Ow! Later in the evening, the residents of Ponyville were enjoying the summer twilight, where the night and day met and cast everything in a soothing dim light. Dark enough that the previously visible flaws of the day were obscured, while still being light enough to hush any fears about what may lurk in the shadows. Mares and stallions were taking the time to walk about, enjoying the cooling summer air. Thus as the songbong's warning chorus heralded daybreak, coming night was preceded by the calming susurrus of crickets. Twilight, Rainbow Dash, and Pinkie Pie all sat around the table in the patio of the new restaurant. The American rolled up. Twilight silently gnawed her hasty and beanstalk salad, as Rainbow Dash and Pinkie Pie voraciously turned into an apple cheesecake. So, what's new with you girls? Pinkie said silently to her thoughtful cheesecake. You all say so? Rainbow Dash and Twilight stared, as Pinkie seemed to lose interest in that line of thought mid-sentence. She began to look up at the purple and pink twilight sky before absolutely adding, Distracted! Twilight and Rainbow Dash turned their heads up to the sky. There was nothing there. Rainbow Dash caught her hoof on the tabletop, getting above her attention. You know that storm earlier today? Yeah, Pinkie answered, still keeping an eye on the sky. Twilight responded for this time, losing it all still fresh in the back of her mind. Well, it wasn't a storm, it was there and not there at the same time. I can't explain it. Even with all my best computers, can't make heads or tails of what happened today. My pinky sense! Pinky exclaimed. Twilight sighed. Yet another nonsensical effect she had failed to explain. Yes, Pinky, just like your... Pinky shot to her hose and pointed into the sky. Her tail spasmodically jolting up and down, side to side. Rainbow and Twilight both shot at their seats ready to dive for cover. They looked up to see 3 separate balls of fire in the sky, each trailing dark smoke behind them. Oh, phew! Twilight exclaimed. Don't worry, Pinky. They're just shooting stars. They probably won't even make it to the ground. Twilight, Pinky muttered. Twilight once again returned to her salad. I know. Sometimes there are things that don't make sense, or they can't be explained. But that doesn't mean blah, blah, blah. I know. Twilight said as he prepared to continue eating her salad. See, Twilight, Rainbow Dash said, barely covering away from her voice. Well, what are shooting stars exactly? Twilight raised an eyebrow before continuing to face what they and several other points were staring at. Little bits of rock and ice that fall into the atmosphere and burn. So he turned around and saw it. The 3 shooting stars had changed direction. One was hurtling downwards in a tight, unmistakable spiral. Another was controlling its plummet to correspond with the spiraling one. The third was heading straight for Ponyville. Twilight sprang to her host, horn glowing. She was using one of her new spells, enhancing her vision until she could see what was hurling towards them. No, impossible! A smoldering blue box spun and tumbled through the air, gray-black smoke pouring from one side, encapsulating it as it spun. Hanging from the side of the blue box was a stallion, with a rope in his teeth, tied around his front legs. He was obviously trying to steer the box, obviously failing. Rainbow Dash! There's someone on that thing! Without any questions, the Rainbow Pegasus shot off like a shot, a trail of rainbow aftermoons in her wake. The powerful flyer shot upwards towards the plummeting box. She stopped, calculating her trajectory in her head, and preparing to chase it as it passed. The box jumped and tumbled wildly, like it was trying to fly with only one wing. Sure enough, there was a single brown, soot-colored stallion hanging at what appeared to be a door. Black-gray smoke billowing out, too. She could see the stallion struggling between trying to steer the rope, watering eyes and fits of coughing. She rocketed towards the box when it entered one of its brief moments of stability, and, with a single arcing motion, plucked the stallion from the box. It wasn't particularly heavy, but it was unusually dense for such a slender-built stallion. The two of them once as the box jerked and spiraled downwards before crashing to the ground with a thud. Rainbow felt a tug on her mane and looked down at the stallion's wild blue eyes. Down! Down! Take me down! Too stupefied by the nonsense of the situation to argue, Rainbow Dash sped down towards the crashed box and set the stallion on the ground. A sideways utterance of gratitude, and the stallion was off, scalping towards the smoldering box. No! Oh, my poor baby! What did they do to you? Twilight and Pinkie Pie joined a nonplussed Rainbow Dash, staring at the frantic stallion as it bolted around his box that was now embedded in the ground. All right, he said triumphantly. Okay, thinking. Pass the colors. Sweet scented air, artificial lightning, despite complete lack of hydrocarbon emulsions present in the upper atmosphere. Also talking horses. Different, perhaps distant alternate dimension. Yes! He bolted over to the 3 confused ponies with astonishing speed, walking right up close to them. He continued his rapid-fire speech, pacing around them. But what am I doing here? No answers? Of course there are. Come on! The 3 stood there, looking at the others as about to gape. The strange, fast-talking stallion only gave an annoying look and gestures wildly. Come on, don't dally! Or close your mouth or you'll swallow a bug! Simultaneously, all 3 set their mouths with a clop and watched forward, earning a big, radiant grin from the mysterious stallion. There you go! Come! Look here! Something sounds my tallest! Look here! Another something actually dousing! Oh, that's your weaponry right there! Actually dousing a tight, thorny tortoise! He made a series of sniffing gestures before running his tongue across the small area to wood paneling, before bolting upright, smacking his lips. Aha! Xenoternal energy! He spun around to face Twilight, Pinkie, and Rainbow Dash, a huge stupid smile on his extremely animated face. Quiz time! How many races utilize xenoternal energy as weaponry? Ding! Pinkie Pie shouted excitedly. I wasn't liking this new stallion's energy. Yes, that's what. How did you? He sought Pinkie as curious looks before smiling again, resuming. Anyway, yes! And one hopefully don't look like this, leaving only 2. The The energetic stallion was cut off by a lightning-fast jab to the side of the face from Rainbow Dash. He looked down for a moment, a dazed look of surprise plastered on his face. Take it, little. Rainbow Dash stomped the ground with her hoof. Listen, Mr. Blue Box, you're gonna tell us exactly what's going on, or I'm gonna have to get rough. Stallion shook his head, blinking for a bit before a smile returned to his face. Oh, yes, of course. Well, you see, oh dear. I believe I'm losing consciousness. The brown stallion let out a short, sputtering cough before collapsing face first into the dirt. Twilight raced forward and knelt next to him, pushing her ear against his rightfully rising flank. Her eyes went wide once he heard, I think there's something wrong with his heart. There's something wrong with his head, Dash snorted. Rainbow! Twilight shouted. What? Rainbow said defensively. He's obviously crazy. He does make sense to me, Pinky chirped. I bet he does. Twilight said as he walked around the fallen stallion. There was a lot of smoke coming off of that thing. He could be suffering from smoke inhalation or some other kind of poisoning. We should get him to the hospital. Rainbow Dash and Pinky both took a side and hoisted the stallion off the ground, following Twilight to the hospital after she materialized a coloring tape line around the brass box to keep other ponies away. Twilight? Said Rainbow Dash. Yeah? What just happened? Twilight sighed. I'm trying not to think about it, at least not until he's awake again. I wonder, mused Pinky, if this is what was in our shooting star, what are you supposed to the other two? Rainbow Dash let her exasperate sigh. Oh, horse apples, it's gonna be a long week. The severely damaged ship smoldered and sparked in its crater. Nearly half the ship had been dissolved by weapons fire, and barely plummeted through the planet's atmosphere hadn't held minutes. Something stirred in the wreckage, crawling from the rumble. It was large, at least 2 meters across what could be called shoulders, encased in ragged, opaque miasma that fluttered and shifted like fabric, giving the appearance of a tattered robe. It had no legs to speak of. Rather, it floated around on a red-black cloud that shifted and glowed. Its head was slow, its center atop of his shoulders, almost extending out his chest. Its face extended to a point of bird's beak. 2 red glowing eyes flanking either side materialized underneath a thin, white-set mouth filled with dozens of sharp pointed teeth, flapping up and shut, laying out small towering squawks each time it opened its mouth. A twig snapped. The creature turned. There in the forest was a zebra, casting a horrified stare at the hoof that broke the twig. The zebra's gaze shot back up, and the creature launched itself at her with a hair-curling streak. Thin, stick-like arms that broadened out like huge mirror-like hands stretched and ready. Razor claws fixed the red flesh from bone. The zebra deftly doused the creature's lungs. It jabbed a hardened bamboo pole on the monster's midsection as it overshot. The creature shrieked in pain and began to swipe at the offending zebra. Was quickly and effortlessly dodged the monster's inconsistent raised full swings. The zebra stabbed her a staff up forward, the tip of which exploded into iridescent magenta cloud of powder. The creature shrieked and backed away, calling and feigning his irritated eyes and nostrils. The zebra wasted no time and bolted to the forest soon out of the night. Ha ha ha! Little critter, too much for you, Draggle, said our creature as it rose from the wreckage. It wasn't long before the much wider midsection. No wonder Mama always makes you gather ingredients. You screw that one only half the time. The skinny creature hissed and spat at the other one. Yeah, why don't you help me, Rika? The large one held the body of a headless pig. I'm eating! Oh, you're always eating! The blood-curdling howl tore from the mechanics. A blast of red-black smoke and orange lightning spewed from the ship. Silence! You have both incompetent scatterbrains! The 2 creatures recoiled from the crater and huddled together. We're sorry, Mama. It won't happen again. A shape in the cloud glowed red. 2 bright pinpricks of red light flashed even brighter. What did you call me? The scarier one slapped the stouter one and bounced missily. Matron Hydia! Forgive us for our incompetence! The largest creature exited smoke, tendrils of hard gases streaming from his nostrils and mouth. That's better! Unfortunately, our ship is lost. The circumfobian fools destroyed our signal transmitter and main reactor. We were unable to fully open the threshold and unleash our dearest ally before being crippled. The skinny creature rose from the ground and shrugged. Is there any way for us to reopen the threshold? You forget who you're talking to, child. I am a common matron. This ship was merely for convenience. I will need new ingredients for the charm, and I require additional life energy to concoct a spell. Rika! You go if you are those four-legged creatures, but be subtle about it! I sense a dangerous amount of magic in this world. Drago! You scout the forest for mold, slime, and fungus. If you can find anything resembling clover, take it. There'll be no one to stop us this time. The Carrier Knights will reign supreme!